Hey 5th grade, this is Miss Reeser here. Today I'm going for a walk in our meadow and I want to get some tea for some mint to make some tea. So that's what I'm doing now, and I thought I'd take you along and do your review for your test. And my dog is barking at something behind me, I'm not sure what. Alright, so today you're doing lesson 14, which is your self-check. So there are some things that you should be learning. There's a checklist. I'm sorry, I don't have the page number, but there is a checklist of things that you should know for your test. So I'm going to run down over some of that and to help you get ready for your test tomorrow. Alright, so there are a couple things from last light unit that you should be keeping, that you should be remembering, and two of those things are alliteration and simile. Now, a bunch of you kind of got mixed up on that on quiz 1, which is fine, but hopefully you can, well, I guess it's not fine, but learn from your mistakes, okay? So, hopefully you can get it down for your test now. So remember, alliteration is the similar beginning sounds, okay? So alliteration is like Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, okay? That's alliteration, when you have similar beginning sounds, all right? Now, simile is when you have a comparison using like or as. So, for example, that boy runs like a deer. Okay, we're comparing how the boy runs to how a deer runs, and we're using the word like. So that's simile. All right. So alliteration is when you are alliteration is when you have the same beginning sounds. Simile is when you compare two unlike things and use like or as. Alright? Our cows are following me around. I think they're curious about what I'm doing. So, the next thing you should keep in mind is rhyme. Now, Buster! 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 Anyway, sorry, my dog's chasing our cows. The next thing you should keep in mind is rhyme, and this is something else a couple of you that's easy to get mixed up with rhythm and rhyme, okay? Rhythm and rhyme are very similar, or they're easy to get mixed up because the word is similar, but rhyme is the similar ending sounds, okay? Rhythm is when you have a repeated pattern, like unaccented, accented, unaccented, accented. That is rhythm. And remember, rhythm is like your heartbeat. Your heartbeat has a rhythm, okay? So rhythm goes with your heart. Rhyme goes with similar ending sounds to the words. So bat and cat are rhyming words, okay? So keep that in mind, and we use A, B, C for rhyme to show the rhyme pattern, all right? And also, for Bible poetry, remember that does not rhyme the way other poetry does. Bible poetry rhymes in thought. It has similar thoughts or contrasting thoughts or comparisons instead of having similar ending sounds. And that's how Bible poetry rhymes. Okay? And you should also know what a couplet, a tercet, and a quatrain is. Remember, couplet is 2 lines, couplet. Tercet is 3, and quatrain is 4. All right, so keep those separate. Introductory words. What are some common introductory words? Words like well, or no, or yes, or even why sometimes. Those are common introductory words for a sentence, and they need to be followed by a comma, unless of course they are functioning as adverbs, okay? So if you would ask the question, why are you going to town? There, why is not used as an introductory word. That's used as an adverb, so we don't put a comma after the word why. But if I would say, why, you guys surprised me, then I would put a comma after why, because there it's used as an introductory word. Okay? Know the compound pronouns, and remember compound, sorry, I'm trying to get so you can see my face in the light. Compound is when you have two words joined together to make one. So a compound pronoun is when you have two pronouns joined together into one word. So some examples are myself, yourself, himself, and themselves. So it's a pronoun joined with the word self or selves. Okay? And keep in mind, are his self and their selves pronouns? Do we ever use those? And your answer should be no, hopefully. Okay? Remember, his self and their selves are never pronouns. We also learned about adverbs in this light unit. Adverbs are words that describe verbs and adjectives. So you can kind of remember that by, remember, adverbs add to verbs. Okay? They add something to the verbs. They tell us something about verbs. So adverbs add to verbs. Know the 8 parts of speech: noun, verb, adjective, adverb, pronoun, conjunction, interjection, and preposition, and know how to identify them in a sentence. And you also need to know the function of the word in the sentence. So this is a little bit tricky to keep straight, but the part of speech is different from the function, okay? So remember, I used the example of my hand, okay? My hand is a part of my body, but my hand has different functions. It can pick something up, or squeeze something, or hold something. So my hand, it's a part of my body, but it can function different ways. And just like that, a noun is a part of speech, but it can function several different ways. All right, let's see if we can name them. Nouns can function as subject, they can function as object or a preposition, as a direct object, indirect object, a predicate nominative, and a noun of direct address. So there are several different ways that nouns can function in a sentence. So be able to understand the difference between function and part of speech, okay? And I think there's one last thing here. No, that's it. All right, big thing to know, difference between function and part of speech, all right? So that's a review for your tests. I'd encourage you to look back through your light unit. It's all together as a book, so it should be easier to do that. So look back through your light unit and see what you can, see if you can memorize these things. Go back over your checklist in your book and make sure you're ready for your test. All right, have a great day, 5th grade, and I will see you tomorrow.